Welcome to Fireteam Chat, IGN's Destiny show. Thank you so much for joining us. Joining me in the studio is Brian Malkowitz.
C-Team.
Okay. And via Discord, iLulu. I'm incredibly happy to have you here. We are stoked to have you on the show. For those who don't know, why don't you tell people a little bit about who you are, what you do, and why you love Destiny?
Hey, yeah, so my name's iLulu. I've been streaming on Twitch for about 4.5 years. Started with Destiny 1. I've been playing Destiny since the beta, so I've been pretty much covering that for the majority of my stream time.
Mm-hmm.
I do occasionally play other games, but Destiny is like my home, my main game. I'm kind of like a grinder in Destiny, though, too. Also, I like a lot of the endgame content, a lot of the triumph scores, seals, things like that.
Nice.
And we also do a lot of raid help, so
Cool.
do that
Yeah,
pretty often.
I see you streaming the raid the other day and like just having a good time. You've been playing a lot of Borderlands lately, and like I said, it's excellent to have you. This week, Brian.
Yes.
We went to Bungie. We got to play. We're finally able to tell people about why we had the haphazard episode last week.
Oh yeah.
Where we just
we recorded ourselves on the screen or reacting to.
I had fun doing that episode. People were like, "You need to take notes. You need to have all the info." And I'm like, "We literally got off a plane and recorded this episode."
Yeah.
But some people really liked it. So thank you for all the feedback. We'll see what we can do to be a little bit more knowledgeable. Take some notes. Reference that. But let's talk about this week and what we do know. We got to play the story campaign. We got to do about 5 minutes of exploration.
I don't even think it was that much.
Yeah.
I went straight to the Temple of Crota.
Yeah.
And then that was all I had.
Then you
time for.
died.
Then I died because all the enemies were all question marks.
So before we get into the nitty gritty, because we also talked about the artifact, we talked about the new Nightfall Strike, which we got to play. I would love to hear your perspective as a content creator, because it was a little bit. Some people wish that the story mission hadn't been shown, that the strike hadn't been shown, and I'm kind of curious. How do you feel about all that?
Well, for me, I don't go out of my way to actually usually look at spoilers before the new DLCs drops. I know a lot of content creators do because it's part of their content that they share. And I've been a part of. I've got to go to Bungie before, and I've seen capture events and things like that, and it's always really exciting. But if I have the option not to look at it, I try not to, because I like to play it like when everybody else is experiencing it. So you have genuine reactions and like you're seeing the story at the same time as everyone else is. So I try to avoid as many spoilers as I can, but at the same time, I don't get upset if it does get spoiled for me, because I kind of live, my Twitter, I follow all kinds of Destiny people. I'm involved in, the Reddit. And so I try not to, but if it happens, it happens.
So Brian, did you hear that? It sounds like she's an adult and can decide not to watch spoilery stuff.
Yes.
And make her own
Is it like a
content
jab
decision.
at people in comment sections?
It's almost like,
say, oh, I can't believe you spoiled this for me.
It's almost like the same thing. Like if you don't like a content creator and then you go watch their video and then leave a nasty comment, you know what else you could do? Not watch their video.
Exactly.
Anyway, no salt there from me at all. No salt. That's good to hear. So you did check out the content. Do you feel you were spoiled, and what was your reaction to seeing this new content? How are you feeling about Shadowkeep?
I'm really excited about Shadowkeep. I don't think I was that spoiled. I saw, the opening of the opening mission part of it. I didn't really go into. I don't think what I saw, anyways, went really into actual story spoilers. It was mainly just kind of showing the gameplay of it. And same with even the new strike. It was mainly just the gameplay and the new modifiers and things like that. So I don't feel spoiled in that aspect. The one thing actually that I feel the most spoiled about is the dungeon preview. I didn't want to see any of that. But that wasn't even this week. So.
From the trailer?
From the Vidoc.
Yeah.
Just because. But.
Yeah, speaking of dungeons, Shattered Throne, it's going to be active at all times now. We are getting the new dungeon.
1 year later.
Yeah, 1 year later. I like that. It was an event that we could return to.
It makes
that was from the Vidoc. But I am absolutely stoked for Shadowkeep, especially after our little visit to Bungie. I'm happy that we can talk about it today. And I just want to let people watching know I am very excited for this content drop. How are you feeling, Brian?
I am quite excited. It's very exciting to have another reset for Destiny. I know that Destiny's probably had one or two too many resets for the franchise. But this one feels like a real reset, and I'm super ecstatic on where it's going to go.
Absolutely. I'm looking for an update from PR on one of the topics that we're going to talk about right now.
Hoping it comes in.
Hoping it comes in hot while we're recording. We're going to dive into my favorite thing about all our coverage, and that is the nitty-gritty details, like the artifact. I am so stupidly excited about the artifact and the new power grind and how it's all going to end up working together. So let's start with the TWAB notes and talking about how the new power is going to work. So basically, you have a here. I'll actually just bring up the TWAB because I can do that. So let's hop into the TWAB and sort of look at some of these details as they laid them out pretty clearly under progression and economy changes. So first of all, how you get power is changing. You're going to get all non-powerful rewards now drop 3 to 0 points below your highest possible equipable power level, up from 15 to 20 below. I like this a lot. How do you feel about this change? Because for me, this change means you could just play the Nightfall and you're going to make power progression, like at least 1 or 2 power levels. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it seems like it's going to be, it seems like it's a pretty big change, actually. And it feels like if you're just like playing, say you're even doing like the story, like the basic campaign, the story, if you're like, I feel like whatever activity you choose to do, it's probably going to reward you with power level. And since we are going up, quite a bit of, from 750 to like, was it 960 total right now?
Yes. 960 is the hard cap. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we're going up a little bit. The last few DLCs, it's only been, just like 50 or so, because they were smaller, like little expansions. And so I think it'll hopefully be better for those who like to kind of just level out their own, like whatever activities they want to do.
Yeah, I see it as also the biggest takeaway for me is that issue of like that slot piece that is just falling so far behind.
Yeah.
And then you can't get that. And then you're not worrying about a non-powerful drop not boosting you up a little bit. So if you
get something in the slot you need, it will at least be
up higher. So if you're
at your highest equipable
if you're
item.
trailing behind like 20 light on your class item and you get a class item from a random enemy on patrol, it'll be at least 3 below your light. So you're going to get that bump.
Yeah. So to me, this says that they are making it so it is possible to just play one character, to grind on one character. Some of the other stuff about legendary rewards, bonus exotics that drop from Nightfall, they will drop at the character's highest equipable power level. Also, under-leveling and over-leveling activities no longer adjust how much power is received from the rewards. Experience no longer fuels your level. It's been changed to be level 50 for all characters. When you sign on to Shadowkeep, about being 750, by the way, all existing gear has had its power increased to a minimum of 750. So that means everything we have is 750.
It's interesting to say a minimum of 715.
No. Think. So that stupid Nation of Beasts that I have that's like 600.
Stupid.
It's 7.
Excuse me.
Well, no. It's a god roll, but it's like 650, and I'm like, I don't really need it.
No.
PvP
Everything
level.
in your vault and your character's inventories will be up to 750, which is weird that they use the term minimum.
Yeah.
Why would they use the term minimum of 750?
That's the new minimum. Everything's 750 when you get it.
Well,
like
they say
nothing.
a minimum, like everything's gonna go up to a minimum of 750.
Yes.
So I know that's which is weird that they use that term.
I don't think all they're
I'm probably
saying.
looking too much into that, but because that's the lowest like anybody can be. On the day of Shadowkeep.
You're not going to get something that's 700.
Yeah,
Everything will be 750 from now on.
But if you pull anything out of your collections out that day, I doubt you'll get anything 750. It'll probably be back the way it was when you're just dropping 15, 20 light when you pull it out of collections.
So the lowest level you're ever going to be is 750. That is the floor. Your soft cap is 900. All drops up to this point will be upgrades to the most powerful item in your inventory or vault. Beyond this point, only powerful and pinnacle rewards will increase a player's power. Your power cap, 950. All non-powerful pinnacle rewards are capped at 950. Pinnacle rewards are the only way to raise power above this point. Powerful rewards are equivalent to the character's highest equipable power beyond this point. So basically, once you hit 950, that's when you start popping your powerful engrams.
Yep.
Right. And that's how you level up to 960. That's the hard cap. Beyond 960, we start getting into the artifacts. So you reading this for the second time, I got a much better grasp about what they're doing. And it seems like they just play one character. You don't need to grind multiple characters. It seems like you can optionally just play one, and potentially in the first few days be at that 920, especially if you've prepared before Shadowkeep. So what's your reaction to all this? Do you understand the new system? What do you think they're going for?
I mean, I think I understand the new system. I think though, so I guess from my understanding for the powerful cap at 950, I'm understanding that we have like almost like 3 different tiers of leveling now compared to like we just had soft cap and then powerful rewards.
Yeah.
From my understanding, we have soft cap, powerful rewards, which is similar to what we have currently. And then I thought the pinnacle was post hard cap, which was like, I thought you could only get those from like the raid or like the hardest activities. Was that? Or
you are correct, actually. You are correct. So that soft cap, no, I'm glad you brought it up because I was incorrect in the way that I phrased it. The powerful cap is going to be 950, and then to nudge to 960, you're going to be raiding. You're going to be doing those nightfall activities like
dungeon
that.
later when it comes out.
Yeah, the dungeon when it comes out to hit that pinnacle cap of 960. Yeah. And I love that. So you're right. That's tier 2. And then the final tier is the artifact,
which is
artifact.
no minimum.
It's almost like so there's almost like 4 then actually, because artifacts like additional to pinnacle. So almost like 4. No, I think it's good though. I think it's good to change it up. I think it's still for me though, as I'm a raider, I like to raid day 1. I will probably still do the 3 characters just to maximize my maximum power on my 3rd character.
Yeah.
But I think you probably could do just 1. I think it's going to be interesting to see though how many powerful sources we have. Like, because they've mentioned that they might potentially change, what are powerful sources,
scaling back.
As because they've added more, expansions and DLCs that we've had a lot of additional added. So I think it'll be interesting to see what is included in the powerful cap, like what all drops for that, to get those to go higher. Mm-hmm. But I think it'll be interesting. I think we'll just have to see how it kind of plays.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. I'm really, really excited about this power climb. Brian, when we decided to do the raid, I'm like, we're just gonna do it casual this time. Mm-hmm. We're not gonna no life it. And then I started the raid group, and I'm like, all right, we need to stack all our bounties from Spider. You need 15 Spider things per character. Make sure you get all your wanted bounties.
About it, you guys. So
yeah, that's some of the guys are still going casual in our raid crew. I can't not do it.
So the thing is that I'm glad you mentioned that because in the TWAB they mentioned that enemies that are like 10 to 40 or so light higher than we are will take less will take less time to kill and deal less damage to us if we're under leveled.
Yeah.
So we're not going to have that same issue like we did in Crown of Sorrow during the contest when they started getting crazy higher. We were just taking so much damage and taking longer to kill them. So we're going to have more of a more viable effectiveness when we go into Garden of Salvation.
Yeah, and they do kind of go over that in the TWAB about how the damage is going to be impacted by that. I really want to get into the artifact. I have an image up here. If you don't want to know about the artifact, I guess spoilers for a little bit. So here we go. So basically the seasonal progression and the way that's going to work is you have this artifact, right? It looks like it has 12 unlocks based on the interview or the time that we had at Bungie. We're at level 10 in this particular image. We're going to level 11 and we can go up to 12. It costs 40,000 XP to hit the next artifact unlock, which is the modifiers you see on the left-hand side of the screen. Our next power bonus, which I don't fully understand how that functions, will be rewarded at 55,000.
What's the power bonus to our overall power creep? So if I'm at like 960, my next bonus is going to be at +2, I imagine. So I'll be 962 based on this artifacts thing because they already have a +1 in the lower right kind of corner of this.
So then is it just +1 per power bonus? Because in another clip of this footage that I actually don't have an image of, it does say like this artifact is like +56. So I'm guessing the rewards are diminished the further along you get, because otherwise it would just be stupid powerful and you're going to be like 2,000 easy, right?
I mean, which at some point would make no sense in Destiny considering you're capped at a certain light level how much damage you deal to an enemy that's below you.
I mean, if you're over 1,000 in any given season, you're gonna be good for everything, I believe, because even the master level strike difficulty is like 980, right?
Yeah.
I think
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, so all that was super fascinating to me, and I love artifact stuff. The question that I'm wondering is, we know the artifact unlocks rank 7 in the season pass. It's on the website. I'm curious, is your XP going to be retroactive, or is it just going to activate once you hit rank 7? So do you have to hit rank 7 and then go?
I imagine that once you get the artifact, that's when it starts counting.
Yeah.
I imagine that's the case.
Yeah, that's what
I would think that would be how it is too.
Yeah.
That's how
I don't know, but
that's how I hope it's not going to happen.
I've played so many RPGs in my life that I know that like that's probably how it's going to be. If I'm proven wrong, that'd be great. But like, you know, Bungie has been good lately about retroactively.
They'll listen.
Doing retroactive stuff. But I mean,
honestly,
for this case, it just seems like that's something they wouldn't retroactively add.
It's totally fine. It's just it's a matter of the moment. Like right now, it's an issue, but later on, it's not going to be.
Sure.
I'm trying to open up a whole bunch of images at once. Lulu, do you have a pretty good grasp about how the artifact works? Are you excited about the grind? Is it convoluted to you? Do you feel it's pretty clear?
I mean, I think it's pretty clear. I was a little bit confused at first when you unlock the mods, like where do those go? But then I saw that they actually go into like your inventory slot when you go to choose whatever armor mod you want, and then you can like select it to put it on, and then they like pop up in like a different color, so you know they're from your artifact. So yeah, I think it was a little confusing at first, but I think it'll as you play it, it'll kind of reveal itself. I did like that, that you can respec your artifact if you choose stuff you don't want, and then you're like, oh man, why did I choose that? And then you can just change it for whatever activity you're doing. I think that I mean, I don't know, it'll be interesting. I haven't played with it yet. I think it'll be good for the different seasons to see what kind of mods they have. I saw they've added some interesting ones to the end of this artifact, and it'll be interesting.
So let's go over some of them. I'm just going to bring it up on if you're watching right now and talk about some of the rewards. So this is the first column, and it's all Glimmer rewards. So like defeating Hive give Glimmer, or Vex Hobgoblins, or Hive combatants. And then the last one those were all Glimmer. The Vex Hobgoblins rewards destination materials. So that is column 1. Column 1 seems largely just kind of
it's your farming column.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see if I can get that one open. Can I do this now? Yeah, okay. So then column 2, this one is really, really important, Brian, as we found when we did the Nightfall. This is all your anti-barrier,
get you some
overload rounds or unstoppable rounds. So verbally going over them, anti-barrier rounds, they're shield-piercing rounds, and you can get one in column 2 for your hand cannon or for your AR in this column.
Well, AR and submachine in this column.
Yeah.
Well, because if you look at the mods again, it shows you for like AR and for submachine guns.
Yeah.
So it's not just for one specific gun.
Yeah. And then overload, those bullets cause disruption, and apparently they're good against overload champions.
Yeah.
And those were for bows and also ARs, right? Yeah, ARs. And then the final one was Unstoppable Hand Cannon, which, aiming down sights, loads a powerful explosive payload that staggers unshielded enemies, strong against unstoppable champions. That one just seems like a fun hand cannon perk to me.
Definitely.
Yeah. Slot 3, I'm just going to nerd out. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to nerd out about this artifact. I already made a feature about it, so if you just want to watch it, go to Fireteam chat, youtube.com.
But he's going to do a truncated version right here.
Yeah, I'm doing a truncated version basically, or more in depth depending on how you look at it. The next column 3, all reload perks. So if you want hand cannon, submachine, bow, fusion, or auto, it's reload perks.
They're all enhanced, right?
Greatly increases, yeah. So they're all enhanced, whatever.
I should just look at the image.
Yeah. And then 4 and 5. Again, like iLulu said, incredibly important stuff. We got Breach Refractor, Ballistic Combo, Overload Grenades, Disruptor Spike, and Unstoppable Melee. Yeah. So breach refractor, shield piercing weapons, ballistic combo. Again, grants melee energy on final blows with shield piercing weapons. Overload grenades, void grenades cause disruption. I actually had this one equipped on our playthrough of the Nightfall, and it staggers them and leaves them vulnerable for a finisher or whatever. Disruptor Spike improves the effect of disruption, lowering combatants' damage output even further. And arc melee abilities stagger on shielded enemy combatants, strong against unstoppable champions. For the last one, unstoppable melee. Sorry for the wall of words from me. Brian, do you want to read this one?
This one hurts.
Yeah.
I don't even want to read it.
Go ahead, you read it.
Finishers, well, this is heavy finisher.
Yeah.
Finishers generate heavy ammo, requires 1/2 of your super energy.
But you get heavy ammo.
You get heavy ammo, but it requires 1/2 of your super energy.
How much?
1/2.
We got 4 more to go through.
1/2. No, so I mean, like this. I don't know. It's a lot because like when you don't have a mod equipped to your finisher, it doesn't take any super as we noticed as we were playing.
Unless there is like a god tier, heavy weapon. I might use this. Sure. I might not. But maybe one person on the team gets dedicated to utilizing this. Like, who's the worst class? The Warlock. Oh, just kidding.
Yeah. We're done.
I agree.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am surrounded by Titans.
We need to have you back, iLulu. Definitely.
I'm a hunter main, so
yeah. All right, she's great.
Anyways,
we need a new hunter main on the show.
So what I'm saying is, my point is that don't put away your hive armaments.
Yeah.
Because those are still going to be very effective mods.
What else we got? We got Oppressive Darkness. Void Grenade adds a weaken effect to enemies, so you add that. With all the other grenade perks, add some discipline in there. You got a pretty good build going. Take it away, Brian.
I can't read that.
Arc Battery grants overshield and reduce cooldown. Do you need glasses? Arc Battery grants overshield and reduce cooldown during activation for all Arc class abilities. Thunder Coil grants bonus damage for arc melee abilities and refunds super energy on finisher final blows. And the final one is From the Depths. Grants bonus void super damage if cast while critically wounded. Lasts until the end of the super activation. I love this artifact. I'm so stoked. The questions I have still about the XP thing, yes. I want to know if you reset it and then unlock the ones you didn't the first time, do you just have them permanently? Or will you only ever have the ones that are on the artifact for use?
It would make respecking pointless, I think, right? If you get to keep the ones that you've unlocked before respecking. So I even imagine that if you've equipped it to a gun, that it'll take it away.
I don't know.
So I guess also I noticed in the artifact there, like above each little mod, there's a number. Is that how many mod or artifact like slots you need unlocked before you can unlock it? I tried adding it up like on one that was like shown, and the numbers didn't equal the numbers 10 of 12 or whatever.
Yeah. So these screenshots were taken at various points in our unlock stages. So basically, it says we have 10 unlocks available. Unlock 10 things, right?
Okay.
And that's how.
So and every time you consume one of those, you have less.
So each mod only takes one. Some mods don't cost more unlocks than.
I don't believe so.
Yeah,
like
that
just
mod,
looking.
That mod
so I have screenshots from every column, and I don't see any that cost more than 1. So each one only costs 1. You can have a total of 12. There are 25. So to get them all, you would have to reset 3 times.
Okay.
12 times 2 is 24, and add
to
1 is 25.
And that takes away all your light too, right? All the light that you've gained from it when you respec.
I don't know. I think the light is a separate
power
thing.
Power, not light.
Yeah, sorry, you're correct. That is a separate thing. Remember?
It's separate from all this.
You're this is resetting the mods you have.
Right. And
if it reset your light progress, someone's gonna have a meltdown.
Yeah,
you know.
I don't think people would.
That's true. That's a lot of XP to reset. Think about that.
For sure. For me, this is just super interesting because it allows me to plan and figure out what I want to, have on my Guardian, what I'm going to go in with. I definitely am going to get anti-barrier because in the Nightfall, the barrier was up and Brian had this super low rate of fire, super long reload hand cannon, and he's just like, pop. All right, it's down. I can snipe him finally.
And it's just great because it's not only is the shield annoying because it doesn't go away unless you have those barrier rounds.
Yeah,
it's that when their shield is generated, when its shield comes back, it heals itself.
Yeah.
So it just like when that shield is up, his health is healed. Yeah, it heals. But if it prevents the healing if you have those anti-barrier rounds.
Yeah. Artifact is super interesting. Quick note, should have said this at the top of the show. Get rid of your Vanguard, Crucible, and Gambit bounties today. If you have any, get rid of them because they're going away. They're changing.
The Vanguard bounties are?
Vanguard, Crucible, and Gambit.
Well, I have a bunch that I have not checked in that I will have to be dismantling then. Or not dismantling, but
get rid of them. Get some other bounties. If you're stacking bounties for the new season, as you can see with the XP importance, it's going to be very, very...
Did they say why, though? I don't remember that in the TWAB.
They're changing them.
They're just changing the bounties.
Yeah,
so they're not like just removing bounties completely.
I don't remember specifically. If only I had a laptop in front of me.
If only you had a laptop with a TWAB in front of you.
Yeah. Let me just alt tab over that. Yeah.
It says these. It just says those bounties that the changes will reset them. So just to get rid of them because they're going to be reset.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
You won't get. I guess if you have them, you just won't get credit.
Yeah. Okay,
oh yeah, and RIP Fireteam medallions.
Yeah,
those are going to become fizzled Fireteam medallions. That's a bummer.
So are we getting a different version of that, or are they just gone?
It looks like from here they're just gone.
Yeah,
like they turn into a fizzled Fireteam medallion, and they said if you dismantle them, you get something for them. I forget what it says in the TWAB, but they're gone.
Bright dust.
Right.
Yeah.
So there was I think there was a lot of pre-launch strategies that involved those medallions, but now.
Well, no, it's just about the XP. We all know.
Exactly.
Everybody knows now that XP is hugely important in Shadowkeep, right?
Yeah.
And we're able to confirm that based on the artifact info, which is why I was really excited about this show. Some other stuff that's changing. Oh, so like you want XP goes, you're going to make sure that you want to have bounty stacked. If you want to like a little edge to get ahead a little bit faster with the XP grind part of it. You don't need to do it because there's so many bounties that you're going to be able to pick up. You can pick up all the Vanguard, all the Crucible. You're going to be doing all that stuff in Shadowkeep anyway. Glimmer up to 250K. We knew that. Heck yeah, though. Can't wait to have more Glimmer. I'm so tired of 0 Glimmer. Spider is getting a massive overhaul. He's going to sell everything, but it's going to be more expensive. I don't like this. Glimmer Exchange now costs 10 legendary shards or 20 mats. Yields 10,000 Glimmer. So you get a little more, but you pay more.
I just hope he takes Barry and Bow.
Right?
Right.
I think he
Absolutely.
will.
Yeah. I mean, they say all destinations, so if
it says everywhere.
It says it everywhere. Yeah. So.
Xur's inventory pool and Faded Engram now include world drop exotics from year 2. I guess I'm getting Kepri Sting finally. That's a year 2 one, right?
I don't know. I just get Wave Splitter finally.
No, you have to earn that one, don't you? That's the one where you got to unlock all
It's a world drop, isn't it?
You can. It's a world drop.
Yeah.
No, you can get it.
You can get it from Faded Engram because I know PlayStation 4 players got it from the Engram.
What's the Curse of Osiris sword that I never did the grind for?
The sword? There's a sword?
Never mind. It doesn't matter. It's a really good sword, and I just don't want to go unlock all the things, so I keep putting it off. And I haven't been.
Are you talking about Warmind?
Yeah.
It's a Warmind. Warmind had an exotic sword.
Yes, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're talking about the No, not Tesseract.
Doesn't matter, Brian.
Not Black.
That was.
This is the thing we need to stop doing live, where I forget the name of a sword.
There's so many names to remember. Anybody who's in the comments section who's like, oh, I know the name of that. Give me a second. You can have a computer right here that can look up the name of it too.
That's fair. Never mind. Anyway, happy about Xur. That's changing. There was a note that I wanted to go over about the Glimmer thing. Oh yeah. Public events, lost sectors, and chest have significantly increased their Glimmer gains, but random stuff while you're roaming around, they've been sort of decreased. I kind of like that trade-off. It encourages you to do more public activities and play with people.
Get your helium filaments.
Yeah. Lulu, why don't you go over the patch note preview, the big stuff out of here, and what they said about the throne and things.
Sure. Yeah. Actually, I think the patch note was one of the most exciting parts as well.
Oh yeah.
Initially, they added rally banners to Levy, Eater of Worlds, Inspire, which is crazy exciting because as someone who goes back and does those raids sometimes to teach people, the most annoying thing is not having ammo for the encounters.
Now it gives me more of an incentive to grind for Armor 2.0 in the old raid.
Exactly, and then we'll have ammo, so it's perfect. So I love that. That's great. We kept always asking why can they just put those back? Shattered Throne, lots of changes to that. It's going to be active all the time, which is good. I think Forsaken, it was a year ago, so it's good. And then we can also launch and reset it from the director, which resetting is huge for people going for flawless or solo or however they.
Very happy about that.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a good change. And then the Black Armory forges are going to be accessible right through the director as well.
Which
so
is
you could just click on them.
interesting that it's from the director, but on the EDZ. So
you got to go to the EDZ, then you go there, and then you go into a playlist of the.
I wonder why they chose the EDZ as that and not not the tower.
Well, it means that people that need to go to a specific one for a bounty or whatever, they're going to at least have a better chance of matchmaking. Have you tried to do like the Nessus one?
Oh yeah, no, it's bad.
Yeah, nobody is ever playing that one.
It's great that we have them all in one location.
Yeah,
but it's just I'm just wondering why they chose
it's a
the
playlist.
EDZ. Like you go into the EDZ, then choose a playlist.
Well, two of them are there. I don't know why.
I mean, yeah, there's two on Nessus.
Anyway,
I actually didn't even realize it was a playlist, but that.
Well, yeah, they say director launched playlist.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I don't think you can pick specific.
Oh, that would be interesting.
The only thing I wonder about that is that a lot of the bounties are specific to a forge, so they might have to change some of the bounties.
That would suck to introduce a random element to, especially to new players who want to do Black Forge Black Forge armory, and it's like.
Think about it for new players. So you want to check out the forges, right? It's now have that content unlocked. You can go to the playlist, and then you can just go into the playlist. Now, for you and I, let's say we got to go do the Nessus one. We now go into that Nessus one.
We can still go to the
planet. And we have a higher chance to match with somebody because those that are going into the randomly generated playlist have a higher likelihood of matching with us, as opposed to me trying to do that stupid forge by myself, which is very difficult.
Yeah.
Basically, you go in there, you fail, and by the time you fail, one person has joined and you can actually do it.
The Black Armory, though, to me, is not something that I want a randomized playlist for.
I get what you're saying.
You're going to the Black Armory to grind that to get that bounty.
I get what you're saying. I'm wondering if maybe you'll be able to pick.
Yeah.
I think that would be actually good if you're able to still pick, and then also it'll matchmake you with anyone who's just in the.
Yeah.
That's cool. Next one, weapon mods are now treated as reusable unlocks instead of consumables. I think are there 14 weapon mods currently that you can have?
Yes.
Maybe
the ones that you can get before, right?
The ones that you can have now, yeah.
And then if you only have it on a gun,
that sounds right.
I was gonna say, that rampage spec one, you should try to get that one, but no, they're nerfing it.
Yeah, rip.
Nerfed.
Taken spec.
Yeah. Discarding an enhancement core no longer deletes the entire stack. I have been lucky and not deleted my whole stack yet.
I've never had this problem.
Cry if I did.
Never had a problem. Yeah.
So would that just wipe out? Would that just wipe out all your enhancement cores?
It would. If you hit the discard button, it would take,
oh my God.
A while, but once you finish it out, all of it's gone.
No, that's really bad.
Yeah, they're fixing that though.
Borealis works. Most of this stuff is pretty light. Sorry to interrupt you, iLulu. Is there anything else that you feel was like really gripping in there?
Phoenix Protocol.
Oh.
The multiplayer buddy emote. Definitely. I fail at that emo. I could never get it to work. So now we're gonna know where to stand.
Oh, it like highlights a thing.
Oh, that's really it's very small, but it's a big change. I mean, how many times were you like inching towards somebody and inching away to the left and to the right and going, where is this interact button? Yeah.
Yeah. Now we'll know. But I think overall those are good changes though, especially some of just the quality of life changes.
Yeah.
I like failing the first encounter for any Black Armory forge will no longer reward planetary destination materials than like an eyeball face.
Yeah. Well,
like we know what you're doing.
We know what you're doing. AFK and farm is gone. I do want to mention one more thing about that patch note preview.
Yeah. What's up?
Is the Phoenix Protocol Hearth perk no longer, because like Warlocks had this ability I don't think a lot of people talked about very often. Whereas if you were wearing Phoenix Protocol and another Warlock popped their Well of Radiance, you would get super energy back from their well, even if you had a different super on. So if I was using Chaos Reach, I would still get super return from shooting enemies inside that person's well and vice versa. And they finally nerfed that. It took them a year to nerf, which is crazy to me that it took them a year to take down that perk, or that perk, but that bug.
All right, iLulu, I want you to read where it says reduce the effectiveness of the following perks in PvE, and I'm going to cry as you read it.
You mean just to read it?
Yeah, just read which perks are going away.
All right. Rampage.
No!
Kill clip.
No!
Swashbuckler. Multi-kill clip. Desperado, Surrounded, Master of Arms,
Ooh, that hurt.
and Onslaught. Nerfed.
Why? Well, I mean, they explain why.
No,
in depth,
reduced
but-
effectiveness. They're not nerfed.
They're reduced effectiveness. Master of Arms
Reduced effect-
is probably the I don't want to say the biggest takeaway there because Rampage is probably the biggest one. Even though that
They
Huckleberry is not being affected by it. So
I know. I need to get my Huckleberry, and I need to try and masterwork it before. I'm just going to use that for the all weekend and hope I get.
I know. I see that Master of Arms is getting a reduce in effectiveness, but I guess that's also to help balance out the 22% PVE damage buff that I believe that SMGs are getting.
Yeah. Also, Rampage caps out at 67%. That's a 447% increase from the original iteration.
Oh, from crowd control.
Yeah,
in
it's
Destiny
like
1.
oof. Okay, I get why you're working.
I get it.
on
I get
those.
it.
Yeah.
We're broken.
And then if you go to the last paragraph about the pinnacle weapons, this one's pretty disappointing.
Not a pinnacle weapon.
Yeah,
anymore.
no longer pinnacle weapons. Lulu, could you explain to the viewers what I'm talking about? Go over that section really quick.
Yeah. So for the pinnacle weapons, they're changing them now to what is the name of it? Changing them.
Ritual.
Ritual weapons.
Yeah.
So each season, instead of having like one pinnacle weapon per Crucible, Vanguard, and Gambit, they're gonna have 3 like a prefix like masterworked role weapons that you can get from these specific activities. I was a little bit saddened to hear that. I can see why they did it though, because currently the pinnacle weapons are like what we pretty much use all the time, and all the other weapons kind of get put to the wayside.
They're dictating the game right now.
Yeah, they really are. But it was kind of nice though having this like grind for this gun, because a lot of them were really good, and it was you felt like accomplished for some of them when you got them.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how these work and how all the.
Yeah, that one sucks. We'll see how it goes. Cosmo did clarify you can still get the old pinnacle weapon. So if you still want to do the grind for Mountaintop or the 5 insane resets for whatever it is in Crucible, because I don't play Crucible. Redrix. Yeah. Do you have that one? Yeah.
Yeah, I have all of them.
Oof. I actually started the grind for Mountaintop and it broke me and I had to stop. I'm on the last step. It's the triple kills. What's the harder one? Both.
Didn't they nerf that?
They did. So I'm actually probably going to grind for it during Shadowkeep. But
nerf it. I mean, nerf the.
Well, now that
how
it
long
doesn't
it takes to actually do it.
Now that it doesn't have the reload, also
right,
it's going to be less effective just in general.
Yeah.
So is that the last thing? What else do we have? Just a few notes about the Shadowkeep launch. They accidentally showed Trials of 9 armor. Whoopsie.
Oh man, how excited was CJ?
Yeah, and they changed their gameplay calendar for Season of the Undying. The menu of action is the same, but we are adjusting the timing of Nightmare Hunts.
I think they just pushed back Nightmare Hunts, maybe?
Nightmare Hunts are 10-8.
I don't know what time they were
10-15 for
Legend
Nightmare Hunts, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't have the old image to compare that.
Yeah. But. And then finishers and the mods go. We talked about how one of the mods. Oh, they're figuring out the heavy ammo generation that we were just talking about with the artifact and how that's going to work with the heavy ammo finisher. I think they're worried that it's going to be too powerful.
Well, it's too powerful because if it's giving you and your teammate heavy ammo, they're just making it.
Yeah.
They change it to where special ammo generates for your teammates.
Yeah.
But not heavy ammo.
So if we decide that I'm the guy that is going to be generating heavy ammo and I'm not going to have a super, I go in as a warlock and then I just finish her.
Warlocks don't have a super that's effective?
Not anymore.
That's true. Well of radiant.
No, so I just go in and I'm just doing the finishers and generating ammo for my teammates, and that could be an effective strategy.
Yeah.
And then they talked about some other stuff. They showed the raid jacket. They didn't show the shirt. And I think that's everything. Did I miss anything, Lulu?
No, I think that's most of it.
You've been very good at keeping us correct with the TWAB. I appreciate you running that part of the show. Thank you. So overall, going into Shadowkeep, I'm ridiculously excited. I can't wait to play it. Brian, how are you feeling?
I'm very excited about it. Very, very, very excited.
Yeah. The Nightfall kicked our butts.
Oh, man, it did.
To be
we
fair,
didn't finish it. Mostly because we didn't have time.
I alluded to it in my thing, but they paired us with somebody we were literally unable to communicate with because they didn't know English and we didn't know his language.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is going to be really difficult. So I'm constantly communicating with Brian. I'm like, okay, that was him. Just wait a little bit, like until you can res him.
He did at least do a good job of staying with us.
Yeah,
but we couldn't communicate with him.
Occasionally, like there's this ogre that we knew would spawn on the bridge during the nightfall, and he would be out there. And Brian and I knew we had to run away because the ogre had destroyed us during the easier.
Well, yeah,
difficulty.
he was a barrier champion, and you know we're doing this at 980, and we're 950, I think.
No, I think it was the 950 run. We did 950.
We were under leveled either way. Under leveled either way. So this ogre, that's a barrier ogre.
Yeah.
You know, just tearing us apart on this bridge. That, you know, there's not many places to hide from.
I love how difficult it was. I think if we would have had one more person we could at least communicate with. Oh, yeah. I think we would have had it because we could have communicated like, let's stick together. We know what's happening in this section. There's an ogre. I loved it. I'm super stoked. Yeah. There's more coming.
You know.
Yeah, iLulu, what's
I can
your
tell
reaction?
you. Well, I mean, I can tell you what was wrong with your fire team. You had two Titans and not a hunter.
See, next
you
time,
needed a tether.
Next time, we got to be like, sure, Bungie, we'll come out, but we need iLulu. We need iLulu on our fire team, period.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
She's a
She's a Sherpa. She knows what she's doing. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't played the Nightfall, so but I saw you guys kind of play it. And yeah, it definitely seems interesting. You know, it seems like you guys have to coordinate. It's interesting though that I found that there's two, there's the unstoppable and then there's the barrier one.
Yeah.
So somebody on your team has to be running unstoppable and somebody has to be running barrier. Is that correct?
I mean, one person could just have.
One person
can have both. Yeah.
Yeah, but
can have both. Okay.
That'd be dumb, probably.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, maybe we could that's that person's dedicated job.
He had to shield up. Your job is to take down that shield, which is fine.
So it almost seems like you have to back it more. Like you almost have to have more communication with your teammates to kind of make sure, because currently, if you do match game, someone runs whatever the shields are, but that's kind of the only.
We both ran Rainbow. I had plenty of heavy ammo, so I was doing fine in that respect.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Good. Yeah. No, it looked fun.
It was great, and I really like it. We're all stoked for Shadowkeep, it sounds like. Thank you, Bungie, for bringing us out. Thank you, everybody, for watching our content. You can see more through Monday, and then we're going into Shadowkeep. So coverage all the way up to launch, basically. And BNet's down, and I think Destiny's going down for maintenance. Destiny 1 and 2.
Going down on 10 a.m. on Monday. 10 a.m. PT on Monday.
iLulu, before we head out, where can people find you?
You can find me on twitch.tv/iLulu, and then I have Twitter, Lulu Soccer.
Cool. Thank you so much for joining us. Anybody have any final notes? Nope. All right, then we're going to do the point. You ready? All right. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, everybody, Guardians out.
Guardians out.
You did it.